My name's Sean McGuire. I've been up at TPC now. Well, I've been training with Sean, the head trainer up at TPC now for about a year and a half, and I've been there since the gym started, which was last year. So,
what do you focus on at TPC?
Mainly on semi-private strength and conditioning classes, as well as 1-to-1 and 2-to-1 PT. Sending takes on the 1-to-1, 2-to-1 and semi-private boxing side of things as well. Being able to drag two sides of the workway into one room is an interesting concept, and showing people the importance of boxing exercises, the intensity and the work rate to carry it over to the intensity in the strength and conditioning sessions and vice versa. So
commercial gyms is far more of a community sense. Like, even from being up there, like, I've met new people I know. Like, I knew a few of the lads who were already up there, but like, you go up, like, you know, there's 2 or 3 people training together, you know, that kind of way. You're having a laugh. Sean's a lovely fella. You're seeing people coming in and out. You're saying hi to the different people. You kind of, there's more of a community aspect to actually going to the semi-private gym like TPC than there is to actually just going to your local commercial gym.
Let's go!
It was built by the people who are actually training it. Like, you know, that, like, when I initially went up there, that was a garage. There was oil on the ground. There was, you know, a few kettlebells, a few bands, and we had a bench, and that's it. Like, and then Sean and the lads, like, and I went up a few days, like, while they were there, and see them doing it and stuff like that, clearing the floor and stuff like that with sledgehammers. You know, it was all them. They put in flooring, they got astro, they got dumbbells, they were sourcing everything. They had mirrors up there. They actually used their friends as well. Some of them had trades like electrician and carpenters and stuff like that, all coming down, and they put roofs up and stuff like that. They've expanded the place themselves. Everything is done by them, and there's a real investment into the place then from their end as well. They want to see it grow. So that's, I suppose, that's what's really unique about it.
Seeing the reaction of people when as soon as they come through the door for the whole training session to when they leave, to month on month, year on year, it's second to none really what I do. So
it's a good laugh, like, and it's quite intense. Like, you know, you wouldn't, like, it's competitive. Like, you know, if there's someone ahead of me and, like, you know, we're doing AMRAPs, which is, you know, as many rounds as possible going around, you know, you're trying to get around as quick as possible, get the most work in as possible. The people in front of you are saying, oh shit, this guy is going so quickly. They're trying to keep up, you know, that way so that they don't slack off, and everyone's just pushing each other.
Throughout our own classes, like in strength class, we obviously have mobility, activation in all of our warm-ups before we do main sessions, and same side on sending to.
The main focus for the last year has been centred around AMRAPs and stuff like that. At the beginning, I suppose we were limited by the equipment that we had up there. There was no real limitations, you know, that kind of made, like, there was a bench, there was every single thing you could possibly need. We just didn't have, you know, like the likes of some of the cable machines and stuff like that, and dumbbells, which are all up there now. But we've been doing a lot of AMRAPs, which is as many rounds as possible. So let's say there'd be an 8-minute time, and you have to get around this circuit in as many times as you can in an 8-minute period. And yeah, so we do like 3 or 4 of them in a session, and then like we might have a finisher at the end.
So we then put the two concepts of the training together, of the strength and conditioning and the boxing, and made 20 minutes of me strength and conditioning, more so circuits, low intensity resistance training, and then 20 minutes with Senan doing boxing, swapped over, and then everybody was outside that took part in the class for a 20-minute run then as well.
There's a couple of lads up there who would have been quite big, and even just in, not even like you know, physical terms, like there's people up there who I know personally who've always had extremely bad relationships with food, and just from seeing other people, you know, improving and stuff like that, you can see that having a positive impact on them as well, which is great to see. You know, that way people really improve themselves as a whole, you know.
Depending on how long period of time that they train with me, but anybody from 6 weeks to 2 years that can make me a major difference.
you know, everyone's in a different situation, but we're all kind of striving towards the same thing, I suppose, you know, that way feeling more confident in ourselves. So, you know, it's a nice atmosphere, it's nice and competitive and, you know, wholesome, I suppose. Anyone's kind of welcome up. I know with regards to slots and stuff like that that are actually available, it is fairly full at the moment, but with the type of workouts you're doing, like, you know, anyone could get into that, you know, that way I suppose there is a limitation with regards when you're talking plus 50, I'd say, you know, maybe pushing towards 60 if you're just first getting into exercise and stuff like that. But Sean's a good enough personal trainer, I feel, that to be able to assess someone's ability and to be able to have a workout tailored to match with their needs.
I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me.